the moment he was attacked by the hounds. Its fate had already been sealed. Its fate had long been sealed in this wilderness where only the strong survive. Even a warrior who has survived countless battles will one day become prey, because out here everything you take will eventually be paid back. This is the most resilient hunter on the African plains. In this endless wilderness, the dry season is unbearably hot. Daytime temperatures reach nearly 100 degrees, and the cold at night feels like death whispering. In such extreme conditions, survival becomes difficult for this newly grown honey badger. Every step it takes feels like walking on the edge of fate, but it has never thought about giving up. Even though the road ahead is full of thorns, even though every battle leaves it gasping for breath, it has never bowed to life. All it wants is to survive. Relying on its sharp sense of smell and weak eyesight, it wanders across this cracked sandy ground, searching for any scent that could keep it alive. Rock rats are a rare delicacy in this wilderness. As prey, they are incredibly smart. They like hiding beneath thorn bushes. The 5-centimeter spikes are like an unbreakable fortress. Those sharp thorns are like deadly blades, stinging every inch of the honey badger's skin. Yet it breaks through the thorny barrier again and again. Facing that pain, it never bows its head. Fearlessness and toughness are carved into its genes. This is not only the law of survival, but also an instinct it refuses to compromise. Even when it manages to catch prey, the honey badger knows the real challenge hasn't even begun. The shadow of drought quietly spreads across the land. Water is slowly drying up. Food is becoming scarce. Even with a body tough as iron, this wilderness has never shown it the slightest mercy. The extreme environment devours every trace of life, yet it still uses its wits and courage to search for hope. A sandstorm sweeps in like divine punishment, as if it's here to wipe out all life in the wilderness. It pushes through the blowing sand, trying to find a bit of shelter in the chaos. It is already starving, its stomach completely empty, but its sharp sense of smell still catches the scent of prey through the dust. The giant rock monitor, a large carnivore of the wild, its thick skin and sharp claws show off its power. The honey badger knows very well it cannot defeat an opponent like this with ease. A brief test already leaves it tasting pain. The moment the tail sweeps across, dust explodes into the air. The sharp pain on its face forces it to make a wise choice. Without the strength to overpower it, it can only swallow its frustration and move on. It keeps digging burrows, hiding its body in the darkness for shelter, searching for moments of warmth and peace. Every night, it searches for a place to rest on this lonely land. Every meal must be earned through danger. The honey badger's metabolism is incredibly fast. To survive in such extreme conditions, it cannot afford to miss anything edible. The sand scorpion, one of the most dangerous prey here, its venomous sting is lethal, but the honey badger has evolved immunity to toxins. After eating the scorpion, it not only regains strength, but also absorbs water from the scorpion to stay alive. As the drought worsens, water becomes even scarcer. Such little protein is far from enough to sustain long-term strength. Dragging its weakened body, it moves across the scorching sand with difficulty. In the ostrich's eyes, it is a despised egg thief. But under nature's brutal rules, even survival is a luxury. Right and wrong hardly matter. At this moment, this ostrich egg becomes its only lifeline out of starvation. It treats it like a treasure, but the hard shell is firm as rock with no obvious weak point. It sniffs with its nose, taps with its claws, finally finding the thinnest part of the shell. A rich aroma of egg spreads out. It greedily slurps up the warm liquid sliding down its throat, like a stream of warmth, instantly washing away its exhaustion and chill. As the ostrich's heavy footsteps rapidly approach, it knows greed will never keep it alive for long. Knowing when to let go is the key to survival. During the ostrich's chase, it unexpectedly finds a beehive. Its nose catches that long-lost scent of flowers, a smell buried deep in its memory. To bees, honey is a faith more precious than life. Even if it gets stung all over by the bees, it still wants that sweetness. The bee's stingers pierce like blades of death, filling its body with intense pain, but it refuses to back down, because the nutrition of this liquid gold is enough to carry it through long hunger. When its claws tear open the hive, the scent of honey bursts out. It sinks into the sweetness, forgetting everything, completely unaware of the danger approaching. Soft footsteps emerge from the grass in the distance. A pack of hungry hunting dogs quietly surrounds it. There wasn't a trace of panic in his heart. This life and death duel was nothing more than another hardship in his long life. His skin was as tough as armor. No attack could easily break through that layer of defense. Every struggle and every roar forged his unyielding spirit. The moment the hounds tore into him, pain flooded his entire body. He could feel their teeth sinking deep into his skin. He held on with an unbreakable will, forcing himself to withstand the frenzied bites of the pack. His only belief was to stay alive. In this battle, no one would walk away smiling. Night began to fall. The hounds would eventually scatter. He picked up the honey on the ground and lay alone beneath a tree, savoring the hard-won peace. Even the sweetness of the honey couldn't mask the dull ache of his wounds. But he was already used to living with pain and dancing with loneliness, and this toughness came not only from the desire to survive, but from an instinct etched deep into his genes. No matter how many times he fell, he never lacked the courage to stand back up.